Welcome to Housing Development Program this week, another fully packed edition of housing content. I'm your host, Nomso Thauma. On the program this week, we have the head National Housing Finance Program, Central Bank of Nigeria, Mr. Adedeji Adesimoye, tell us about CBN's plans towards cutting down the interest rate in the housing sector to 1 digit, and also about mortgage bank recapitalization. Also, we have the MD and CEO Family Homes Funds speak on the way forward for affordable housing in Nigeria. On the lineup, we also have the founder and CEO Eximia Realty Limited, Mr. Hakeem Oguniro, speak on harnessing real estate for economic development. Now, not left out is expectations for the upcoming 13th Abuja International Housing Show. These and many more we have lined up for you, but before we begin, let's bring you news updates in the housing and construction sector. To stay tuned. Housing Development Advocacy Network has urged the Central Bank of Nigeria to make the Mortgage Interest Drawback Fund a reality. Mr. Festus Adebayo, president of the group, made this call while briefing newsmen in Abuja. Adebayo recalled that CBN had earlier announced the introduction of the MIDF to boost housing delivery through mortgage in the country, adding that it should be made viable. The housing expert urged the CBN to look into the issue of interest rate and replicate what it has done in the agriculture sector, particularly the Anchor Borrower scheme to housing sector. A tripartite agreement has been reached between Lagos State Government, Nigerian Institute of Architects, Lagos Chapter and Sterling Alternative, an arm of Sterling Bank PLC, to reduce housing deficit in the commercial capital. Under the joint venture deal, Lagos government is to provide land while the architects provide affordable housing design, which will be financed by Sterling Alternative Finance. The designs will emerge from winners of the yearly design competition, Affordable Home Designs, which winners were selected from students and young professionals categories last week. Dr. Michael Mba, coordinator, Technical Working Group, National Real Estate Data Collation Program, says the challenge encountered collating the data was cooperation from some developers in the state. He made this known during the presentation of the data collation process at the 3rd Radon Building Expo in Abuja, where the national real estate data was launched. He pleaded with developers to always comply when questionnaires are sent to enable proper collation of real estate data. The president, Nigerian Institution of Estate Surveyors and Valuers, Mr. Roland Abunta, has called on federal government and stakeholders in the housing sector to stop playing politics with the issue of housing and engage in proper planning towards solving the problems of housing deficit in the country. He said that Nigeria is breeding criminals with wrong housing provision. The NIESV president spoke during the inaugural meeting of the 2019 and 2020 National Council of the Nigerian Institute of Estate Surveyors and Valuers in Abuja. Welcome back. Those were major headlines in the housing sector this week. For details of those and more stories, please do visit our website at www.housingnews.org.ng. And also remember, you can download the Housing News app on your Google Play Store. Now, moving on, interest rates on mortgage loans in Nigeria range from 15% to 25% per annum, which is on the high side for low-income earners. What can be done to bring down the interest rate to single digit? We spoke to Mr. Adedeji Adesimoye, the head National Housing Finance Program (CBN), to know what is being done in that area. Let's hear what he had to say.
The head National Housing Finance Program, Central Bank of Nigeria, Mr. Adedeji Adesimoye, has said the central bank is creating a plan which will cut down double-digit interest rate for the housing sector. Speaking in an interview with Housing News in Abuja, he says the central bank is creating a mortgage interest drawback fund which would operate like what is obtainable in the agri sector.
Now Central Bank is creating what we call mortgage interest drawback fund that will operate more like what we've been having in the agri sector. That is, if you get mortgages at prime rate or a little above prime rate, depending on your rate, if you get a mortgage at 19%, 18%, the interest drawback system, the fund will actually cut down your interest rate to single digit.
Speaking further on foreclosure law, Adesumoye urged state governments to adopt the model mortgage foreclosure law. He expressed satisfaction that Lagos and Kaduna State have adopted the versions of the law in 2010 and 2017 respectively.
The Mortgage Model and Foreclosure Act, part of this have been passed earlier by Lagos State government. This act was put together by senior advocates of Nigeria in support of the housing finance system by NMRC. Kaduna State have passed this law. Other states are in the process of passage, and this legal framework is in existence now in bill, and they need to accelerate the passage. So with that, we will have mortgage guarantee functioning properly in order to be able to ease access to finance. Then we have opportunity of having access to title land. When you have a title land and mortgage is created, a title mortgage, you enjoy 50% capital relief. Banks will be interested in financing mortgages, and then we will have a modern mortgage housing finance system.
On recapitalization of primary mortgage banks, it says the banks have given an added role, hence the need to enhance the capital upwards for them to be able to carry out their responsibility.
Our banks, including the primary mortgage bank, will be implementing what we call IFRS 9. 2011 was the last time we reformed and came up with recapitalization of the sector. Now they have an added role. That is why the capital is being enhanced upward, because the capital they have today will not be sufficient for them to carry the responsibility and grow their balance sheet. So the resultant effect is that some of these banks may merge rather than collapsing. Already market is already inducing that, not just regulator, so that you have big institution. We still have the state structure also for mortgage banks that need to be capitalized by the promoters, so that they don't become deposit trap, they don't run into insolvency. So these institutions are very important. So when you are opening up opportunity for participation in the market, you also want a well-capitalized, well-run institution.
National Housing Finance Program is an initiative of the federal government and supported by the World Bank with an International Development Association loan of $300 million. The program, which became effective in 2014, is being implemented by CBN to increase access to affordable housing finance.
Are you tired of paying rent and want to own your own home? Then let's go to Abubakar Sani Bello Housing Estate for houses you can afford to own. The estate, which will be one of a kind among several housing estates in the country, is located at Suleja Madala Abuja Road, Rafinsayin, Niger State. The Abubakar Sani Bello Housing Estate has a unique three-housing pattern, which includes a 1, 2, 3-bedroom terrace duplexes. The prices range from 5, 11, 13 and 14 million naira respectively, and are inclusive of infrastructure, external work and cost of personal certificate of occupancy. The estate, developed by Happy Homes Builders Limited, has all facilities that make up a standard estate, which includes school, clinic, road network, power supply, amongst others. Installment payment is allowed for those without mortgage. For inquiries, please call Happy Homes Builders on 080-9990-0582 or 080-5610-1978, or you can visit www.happyhomes.com.ng. That was Mr. Adedeji Adeshimoye on CBN's plan to cut down interest rates in the housing sector. Moving on, as stakeholders gather together at the 3rd Redan Building Expo to explore ways to make the housing sector better, the MD, Family Homes Funds Limited, Mr. Femi Adewole, has urged all stakeholders on the need to find a homegrown solution for the problems facing the housing sector. Take a look at this.
I've had the opportunity to finance and build homes at least in 44 African countries. Wow. And many of those countries are much poorer than Nigeria. The first thing is we shouldn't assume that we're unique in the very obvious challenges that we have. I find that in a lot of discourse in Nigeria, there is an exaggeration of our uniqueness. We are really actually not that unique. We just need to kind of change our mindset. And I think it's important to do that. The real estate and particularly the housing market will be doing itself a disservice if it doesn't align with public policy direction. And that public policy direction is the fact that we can't ignore those 70%. There can be no excuses for ignoring them. You can't. There can be no excuses for ignoring them. It is hard work, but there must be, where there is a will, there must always be a way. Where there is a will, there must always be a way. I think that the Family Homes Fund is an example of the fact that where there is a mindset to do the right things, then I think that government can match that enthusiasm by an intervention. But still, given that situation, how do we house this 70% of the population? If you don't house them, the sector will become irrelevant. And something else will take its place. It can become irrelevant. So I think that it's difficult, but we need to find a solution. And I think that you can find a partner in government. And I think that you're doing the right thing. Some of the data work that has been done is exciting. There are improvements. I think we just need to praise ourselves a little bit more that we are making progress. Perhaps we ought to make more progress, but there is progress, and I think the future can be bright.
Welcome back. That was Mr. Femi Adewale, the MD and CEO, Family Homes Funds Limited. Still on the fallout from the Redden Building Expo, another issue brought to the fore was the need to harness the real estate sector for economic development. Let's hear Mr. Hakeem Oguniro, the founder and CEO, Eximia Realty Limited.
Real estate is a critical driver of critical economic growth indicators. You know, all those indicators of economic development, particularly the socio-economic, not the political indicators, the socio-economic indicators, MDG development goals, sustainable development goals, HDI index, you know, because housing is a critical component of human development index, and real estate helps to drive that. Real estate is a growth enabler for other economic sectors. You know, you had Reagan president said, all developments happen on the land. So be it manufacturing, be it offices, be it retail, everything happens on the land. Real estate, of course, is a key contributor to the wealth and prosperity of the citizens. It's a core driver of economic activity. If you take a look at the value chain from procurement to consumption, everything happens on the land. You know, so it's a potent lever of social economic transformation. It creates shelter for people, creates jobs. You know, real estate, unlike other sectors, the impact of job creation in real estate is immediate. From the moment you begin to conceptualize the project, you're already creating jobs. The architects are already working, the consultants are already working. So even at the pre-development stage, you are creating jobs. At the development stage, you are creating job. Post-construction, you are creating jobs. Throughout the life cycle of the project, and it is immediate. You're creating jobs all across. You know, so it's hardly open to question that real estate is a critical driver of the economy.
Welcome back. You're still watching Housing Development Program. Now, some weeks ago, the Federal Capital Territory Administration, with the help of the Nigerian police, raided a Nines club and pulled down some structures which were in illegal use. Now, Housing Development spoke to some Abuja residents to get their opinion on Nines clubs situated in residential areas, if it's okay or not. Let's hear their opinions.
Residential area is where people, after going to work, they come back to have their rest. So when you have a clubhouse in a residential area, definitely it's going to cause a lot of nuisance. because some people will like it quiet, and when you have a club, too many inflow of people and vehicles. So I don't think it's good to have a club in a residential area.
Personally, I won't believe that having a club in residential houses is not advisable, especially within the urban center, because a lot of constitutes a lot of nuisance among the people that live within the centers. Having club centers in residential area is not advisable.
Club is a place that people with normal sense and people that are not reasoning well gathers. You can meet anybody there. And a place like that is supposed not to be in residential place.
It's not right in any way to have club in residential areas, because when you have it in a far place, some people can monitor the movement of their children.
Are you tired of paying rent and want to own your own home? Then let's go to Abubakar Sani Bello Housing Estate for houses you can afford to own. The estate, which will be one of a kind among several housing estates in the country, is located at Suleja Madala Abuja Road, Rafinsayi, Niger State. The Abubakar Sani Bello Housing Estate has a unique three-housing pattern, which includes a 1, 2, 3-bedroom terrace duplexes. The prices range from 5, 11, 13 and 14 million naira respectively, and are inclusive of infrastructure, external work and cost of personal certificate of occupancy. The estate, developed by Happy Homes Builders Limited, has all facilities that make up a standard estate, which includes school, clinic, road network, power supply, amongst others. Installment payment is allowed for those without mortgage. For inquiries, please call Happy Homes Builders on 080-9990-0582 or 080-5610-1978, or you can visit www.happyhomes.com.ng. Still on the issue of illegal use of structures, here is what the coordinator, Abuja Metropolitan Development Council, Mr. Umar Shoaib, had to say.
In a planned city like Abuja, we have zonation of land uses. We have areas that are marked for residential activities, some areas for commercial, some areas for industrial, some areas for recreation. So by the time you have a violation of all these uses, you have disturbances. Example, you bring commercial activity in a purely residential area, or you bring in a hotel activity in a purely residential area, or you take in a residential activity, residential houses in commercial areas. You see there are discordant activities, so they don't agree. That's why you have disturbance. So you have problems whereby areas are earmarked for residential, but uses like nightclubs, activities within this residential area, definitely the neighbors are going to be disturbed in the night, because the activities of the nightclub starts in the night. At that time, the neighbors are sleeping. When somebody had a normal day work, he comes down home, he wants to rest. Then that is when the nightclub starts blaring their music. There will be complaints. So what we are saying here is that those areas are not meant for these activities. If in the past this type of impunity was accommodated, we cannot accommodate it now. We have to give everybody the right. When people complain, we have to make sure that we right whatever wrong that was done. So we are saying that the allocation in the first place is not for nightclub. The building approval is not for nightclub. The allocation is residential, building approval is residential. So why go and convert it for a use that is not compatible to the area? That is the crux of the matter. So the authority never gave them approval to cite all these activities there. And that is why I'm taking measures to make sure that all those wrongs are righted. So we are not preventing their activity. Let them go to where it is permissible for them to practice their activity, not within the residential area. So that is the step we're taking now.
Well, my name is Architect Ahmed Dangiwa, Federal Mortgage Bank MD, and I want all Nigerians to be watching this program.
That was Umar Shuaib on commercial activities ongoing in residential areas in Abuja. Now, for everybody who wants to own a house of their own, this is good news. The Own Your Own promotion by Triple T Premium Estate Limited is creating opportunities for home ownership via monthly raffle draws, and so far 7 lucky winners have emerged. Let's take a look at this.
You can do it on your own. You can own your own.
The Triple T Premium Estate Limited, an indigenous real estate firm, has introduced an innovative means towards home ownership tagged the Own Your Own promotion. Triple T, through Own Your Own promotion, is building premium homes starting from the FCT Abuja and now offering these to participating members of the public to be won through a fair, transparent and equal chance process of raffle draws. One house, one winner in every 30 days.
My name is Joy Maha, the first winner of the Own Your Own promotion. I work in a bank.
My name is Austin Awinze. I'm 24 years old. I'm Ologmoyo Ayodele by name. I'm a pastor. I pastor a church in Puari. I also have a body shop where I work in Suleja.
My name is Rachel Eze. I'm a public servant.
My name is Micah Chimezie Nacheta, and I do business here in Abuja.
My name is Michael Oya. I'm trading at Day Timber Session.
My name is Christopher Amadora. I'm a trader.
I saw their billboard.
I got the news through Wazobia FM.
The Own Your Own promo campaign was brought to our place.
I said this thing is worth trying.
I bought a ticket with them, 2,000 naira.
Well, looking at something like it's a joke.
I mean, this Nigeria, who does that? Just pick a call someone congratulations. And he was like insisting your wife has won a 2-bedroom banner. I was like, you are kidding.
The first winner emerged. I was here. We celebrated. I saw the reality of it.
It's a real something. There's nothing like Wayode.
Like for the first start, I don't believe that Triple T is real. But when I become the winner, I found out that Triple T is real.
This is one thing I have found that is real in Nigeria. That is genuine, transparent, and I want to tell everybody that that's your 2,000. Instead of using it to go and eat or drink around, you can use it and get the ticket for this raffle promo. You might be the next winner.
I'm ready to go. Are you happy for me? Do it on your own. You can own your own. You can do it on your own. You can own your own.
Welcome back. You're still watching Housing Development Program. Now, away from that, the 13th Abuja International Housing Show is just less than 2 months away.
We'll be having investors dinner, CEO forum, with keynote speakers from different parts of the world. Come and network, exhibit, and make sales.
The main engine for driving the economy is housing. In the Nigerian economy is a little different, primarily because of problems to do with the interest rate, which are too high. But housing is very important in every economy, and is becoming more and more important in the Nigerian economy as well.
Remember, you can go register to be a part of the Abuja International Housing Show, the 13th edition, at www.rhs2019.org. And that's how I'll wrap up this week on the show today. My name is Nomso Thoma. I'll be sure to see you next week, same time, to keep your dates.